Good morning, Tigers. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020, and this is your guided reading class. This is the book, The Sand Castle, and it is Lesson 8, Day 2. In Chapter 2, Rosie is feeling sad because the sand castle was gone, and Bella finds something that might make her feel better. Do you remember what that was? You're right. Good job. She found a new sand castle, didn't she? Let's turn to page 16 and find the word saw. Page 16. Can you find the word saw? Yes, right here. Let's read it together. She saw a big new sand castle. Good job. All right. Now can you find the words new? New, right there. New means what? Can you tell me what new means? I'm listening. You're right. It's the opposite of old. Something that has not been used before or that has been just created. Good. Now can you find the word ditch? Ditch. Good, right there, yes. What chunk do you see in the word ditch? Yes, CH. Good, let's read that sentence. It had a ditch that went all around it. Ditch is a long, narrow hole that can hold water. Can you point to the ditch in the picture? Yes, there it is. Sometimes they call that a moat. I've seen movies and stories with castles, and there's been a moat around the castle filled with water. It's part of a city's defense or a castle's defense. It's harder for intruders to get in if there is a ditch of water around a castle. All right, let's just go back to the very first page and review, friends. The contents page. Let's read the two chapter names. Read it with me, please. The Sand and a New Sand Castle. That's right. Now, what was the main idea in chapter 2? Can you tell me? I'm listening. Why did the author call the chapter A New Sand Castle? Okay, and how did Bella and Rosie feel at the beginning of the chapter? And how did they feel at the end of the chapter? Why? All right, friends, when you're telling me maybe how Bella and Rosie felt at the beginning or the end of a chapter, and when I ask you why, I want you to work on using complete sentences. For example, at the beginning of chapter 1, they felt happy because they were at the beach. Or you could say, at the end of chapter 1, they felt sad because the sand castle was gone. Be sure to, whenever possible, use complete sentences that use words like at the beginning of chapter 1 or at the end of chapter 1, they felt sad because. Always be sure to use those complete sentences. I'd like you to get out your journals now. I'm going to put my phone down. There we go. And let's open up our journals to the next empty page we have. Okay. Very good. I might turn it actually to this side since I'm right-handed. Okay. Get out your journals to the next open page. Our comprehension focus for the sand castle was identifying main ideas and details, using titles to identify main ideas. So what was the main idea in each chapter? What was the main idea in chapter 1? I'm listening. Right. I would say something like, the main idea in chapter 1 was Bella and Rosie found a sand castle. So let's start that sentence. It would look something like this. The main idea, I'm going to say the main idea was, and then you would write down what you think the main idea was. So I'll let you use my sentence as a starter for your idea. Please write, the main idea was, and then I want you to finish the sentence. What did you think the main idea was in chapter 1? Please don't copy anything from your book. You can use it to look at pictures or to remember, but please don't copy anything word for word. Tigers, you're getting to the point now where I'd like you to start writing on your own without copying from the book, and I know you're all capable of doing that. I'm going to finish my idea. The main idea was the dogs found a sand castle. I have that period there. All right, be sure that you write a main idea sentence for each chapter. So my main idea sentence for chapter 1 was, the main idea was the dogs found a sand castle. My next sentence would be, the main idea was, this is for chapter 2, the main idea was, what would you think the main idea for chapter 2 would be? Actually, you know what I'm thinking, Tigers? I have these mixed up, don't I? I would say this first sentence, the main idea was the dogs found a sand castle. That could be used for chapter 1, but it also could be used for chapter 2, couldn't it? I know in the first chapter, the main idea was the sand castle was lost. The main idea was the sand castle, or I could say disappeared. You could decide. I couldn't finish disappeared, so I had to finish it down at the next line. Now, please don't copy mine, but you could make it something close to it. Just be sure it's a complete sentence. The main idea was the dogs found a sand castle. The main idea was the sand castle disappeared. I'm guessing that sand castle disappeared because the tide came in. That means the water rose up the beach and washed it away, even though it doesn't say that word for word, does it? All right, go ahead and finish. You should have at least 2 sentences, Tigers, 1 main idea sentence for each chapter, and then be sure to illustrate your work at the top. Would you please share your journal with someone in your family? And also please read the sand castle one more time. This is the last day for the sand castle, so I want to make sure we read it at least 2 times, once yesterday and once today. So read your story and finish your writing and illustrating. I love you and have a great day.